This is really sketchy. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Fink, Morgan Stanley, hold on, Blackstone chairman Steven Schwarzman, and also Disney CEO Bob Iger. And the Bank of America chairman, and the Rothschild family just so happened to show up. Can't forget the Adobe CEO either, right? All for Reliance chairman Mukesh Ambani's son's wedding. Who is the Ambani family? Well, let me show you. Mukesh Ambani just so happens to be the richest man in India, worth $113 billion, and also the CEO of Reliance Industries. Reliance. Hey, isn't that group that helped Israel create that new Pegasus system? A system that just so happens to supposedly be able to track and sell specific millionaire and billionaire data. Hey, wait a minute, that system just so happens to be on the red alert list for the United States. Something that is specifically known for cyber attacks worldwide. A system that also might or might not be capable of providing a sense of blackmail for certain politicians worldwide as well. Not officially laying claim to anything being true, but let's get further into the Ambani family. Oh wait, the Ambani family, who just so happened to build the world's largest zoo, in quotations, with it being fucking 280 fucking acres of a project. Let's get into his daughter, because this is Mukesh Ambani's daughter. He just so happens to be a CEO of Tyra Beauty, Hamleys, Agio, Cover Story, Fresh Pick, NetMeds, gotta love that one. Oh, and she just so happens to own 7-Eleven, which just so happens to be the #1 supposed convenience store worldwide. But enough of our daughter. As you can see, India's dream, specifically the Ambani family, has dreams of replacing China as the world's factory. And the country is attracting a growing share of smartphone production as well, but its structural weaknesses such as poverty are an obstacle. Let's talk about why the specific billionaires just so happen to be at this wedding. South Asian giant, which dreams of competing with China in global value chain, has successfully drawn leading electronics brands in recent years. Notably and ironically, the only iPhone that just so happens to blow up in your fucking pocket. And you can't forget about Google's new Pixel 8 and Samsung's Galaxy S24 are all manufactured in India as well. With even Elon Musk considering setting up an electric vehicle factory in the country as well. As you can see, in 2022, Apple shifted up a gear and began manufacturing its latest models there, first with the iPhone 14 and then with the iPhone 15. Now between 12% and fucking 14% of iPhones are sold worldwide are made in India. With supposedly by the end of 2024, a quarter of all Apple smartphones are expected to come out of Indian factories. So okay, cool, we know where Tim Cook and Elon Musk intentions lie. But let's get into other individuals who just so happen to be at the specific wedding as well. Blackstone CEO Steven Schwarzman supposedly collected $896.7 million last year. And when accounting for the dividends, both men collect more than the CEOs of the biggest Wall Street banks, where compensation packages for top brass typically tally in the tens of millions. But wait, Blackstone Group is another large and well-known private equity firm that was known for being criticized for its role in the 2008 financial crisis. And how ironic for that presidency to be under Obama. If anybody at this point can confidently say that Obama was a good president, you have something wrong with you. You are literally the epitome of the problem. You probably still support Biden. But it was also known for its involvement in the creation of the controversial private equity bomb. Did you know at the end of 1994, BlackRock was managing $53 billion in 1994? Schwarzman and Fink had an internal dispute over methods of compensation and equity. Fink wanted to share equity with new hires to lure talent from banks, unlike Schwarzman, who did not want to go further, lower Blackstone's stake. And they agreed to part ways, and Schwarzman supposedly sold BlackRock to Larry Fink. Oh, and you can't forget, in January 2020, the PNC Financial Services sold its stake in BlackRock for $14.4 billion. In March 2020, the Federal Reserve chose BlackRock to manage 2 corporate bond buying programs in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The $500 billion that might or might not have gone missing in the PMCCF and the SMCCF, as well as purchased by the Federal Reserve and commercial mortgage-backed securities that were guaranteed by the Government National Mortgage Association. And in August of 2020, BlackRock just so happened to receive approval from the China Securities Regulatory Commission to set up a mutual fund business in the country. This made BlackRock the first global asset manager to get consent from the Chinese government to start operations in the country. And BlackRock and Larry Fink just so happen to be under investigation right now for supposedly supplying the Chinese military with a lot of fucking data and a lot of fucking finances. I am not going to lay claim to anything officially being true, but you can Google it for yourself. Quite literally trillions of fucking dollars. Oh, and did you know on December 28, 2022, it was announced that BlackRock and Vladimir Zelensky had coordinated a role for the company in the reconstruction of Ukraine. Oh, and you can't forget, in August of 2023, right after the Maui wildfires, by the way, BlackRock signed an agreement with New Zealand to establish a New Zealand $2 billion investment fund for solar, wind, green hydrogen, battery storage, and EV charging projects as part of its goal of reaching 100% renewable energy by 2030. Oh, 2030? You know, Saudi Arabia just so happened to announce not so long ago that the Line project is supposed to be also done in 2030. Really makes you think, right? But hold on. In June 2023, BlackRock just so happened to file an application with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission to launch a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund, an ETF program. Later in November 2023, they filed another application for a spot Ethereum ETF program, the only independent currencies that could be used worldwide aside from the US dollar. And if the applications just so happen to be approved, which they were, these two ETFs would be among the first spot cryptocurrency ETFs in the United States. Oh wait, that just so happens to remind me that BlackRock not so long ago just declared that they made in 5 weeks $6.31 billion in Bitcoin. And did you know Bitcoin's prices are going up over $2,000 a day? Could Bitcoin rise to $150,000, making it completely unreachable for us in the middle and lower classes? Who knows? I'm not going to officially lay claim to anything being true. But what I would do to be a fly in the fucking room at this wedding. Because could you imagine what the fuck they were talking about? And isn't it ironic that Justin Trudeau, JT, has a lot of fucking controversy with India and the Ambani family? He's like the little kid that nobody wanted to play with. But then again, we the people are like the little kids that they don't want to play with. And maybe if you open your eyes a little bit, you won't choose to support that genocide in the Middle East right now. And I'm just going to tell you right now, whether or not you're ready for it, a big change is coming our way. And a lot of secrets are unfortunately still being hidden behind this veil of lies that they've created. To the point of where we're forced to be mindless little consumers who question nothing outside of our comfortable little realities. Wake the fuck up, people. Some weird dark shit is coming. And you could choose to be part of the change, or be part of the reason that humanity ceases to exist.